suppose that is the end.
Au contraire, mon capitaine! He's back!
What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy 8-Bit, and we are back at y'all with a brand new video. What's happening? What's happening? You see the title, you see the thumbnail, baby. So we will be popping the CTP puller and trying various CTPs on my guy APOC in an effort to see if we can squeeze anything out of this guy in PvP. Other than the disappointment that he's proven to be so far. Like, he is okay, he can beat certain tunes, but then others he struggles with, so it's like really up in there with this guy. We'll go ahead and get started on some Otherworld battle right quick. And then we'll jump into the fray and see what we can do with this guy. Man, I know they ain't out here getting more done with the old uni than I'm able to with the new uni. There's like shit like that, you know what I mean? Absolutely nuts. So we'll see. They got APOC coming in early. And he gets clapped up, reses, and then gets clapped again. Oh. Well, there's the rest of the battle. Yeah, let's take that off. There we go. We'll get in a few more of these before we jump in. So, how y'all been, man? What's going on, Bubba? Welcome back. Welcome back. So, one of the things that I think that I've been doing over the years, and I'm very guilty of this, is not necessarily refining my account the way that I should. So, moving forward, what we'll be doing is things like re-rolling CTPs to get them more optimal. We may shift some Odins around on certain players, maybe pull some from others. in an effort to refine some of them, not all of them, but some of the builds. Mostly focusing on tier fours and just really high level DPSers in general. Tier four, of course, or characters that I plan on tier fouring in the near future, like Ares. So, in an effort to squeeze just a little more juice, and we've already started in that regard, and I do got some gains to show you guys. So let's go ahead and jump in. We're not gonna, like I said, we're not gonna run too many of these. I just needed to run my 5. I think that is it. Yep, it is. We may come back to that a little bit later on, but we were able to make some gains on swords by getting a second 6-star sword. And we were able to roll this thing pretty good. 2.5 damage from humans, or damage increased to humans, increased damage dealt to characters with the evil tag by 10%, and then justice by 2.5%. So we're hitting both every villain, because most of those in PvP have the evil tag, along with Sentry for an additional 5% because of the justice instinct, which I do believe he has, and the human, along with 1.4% concentration and 105 instinct attack. Yeah, because instinct attack is the best in slot there. The only thing I could really do is roll this to damage instead of resist. Yeah, and I don't think I see any pierce damage reduction or anything like that. Yeah. So some gains there. Also, as you can see, we have a variety of similarly colored 4-star swords. So we may actually try for the blue one because we got quite a few of those. So that's quite a few attempts. Um, we got multiples with all of them. So yeah, I may actually go through and show you how I got all of those. So hopefully it'll help you guys out. Let me check on something right quick. Okay, yeah, Storm did receive those games ranked 266. Now instead of the 275, and the only change that we've really made is to the swords, and I really haven't done anything else. Also, we've been working on Ares gears. We got these jokers up to 29, so he will be going tier 4 pretty soon in an effort to help us out with the new Shadowland. Let's go ahead and pick up the boost points so we can run the other GBR that I need to run. Pick those up. We can come back and pick all of this stuff up later. Yeah, because nothing on. Oh, we do have one that's on ours. couple of them actually. But we got quite a few, so we'll hit them up before we get out of here. Sure. We'll hit them with Venom. Calling all cars, calling all cars. And then don't call. Hey. But yeah, how y'all been, man? How y'all been? Have y'all made any gains on your accounts? If so, what are they? I would love to know. Share them down in the chat. But yeah, man, that bulk enhance, it does cost a lot of gold. Like I spent, I think probably 30 or 40 million. Actually, it might have been more than that. It might have been like 100. Now that I think about it, because we were pushing 400 mil, and then we went down to like 280 something. So yeah, we pushed over 100 mil for those gains, and we used a lot of mats. But I do think once your swords hit a certain point, because like it's not that hard to craft a 3 or 4 star, but when you start talking about trying to get a 5 star, 6 star, to me anyway, it's easier just to grind your materials, grind your materials, grind your materials, and then do a bunch of bulk enchanting and setting it up in that way that I showed you guys. But yeah, I'll show y'all again. And then when, like I said, I would stop at like 4, and then I would start throwing. Oh shit, Black Dragon X is in here. This is gonna be a good one. I know I'm not gonna come in first place. Got Bubba and Black Dragon X in here. Nah. Yeah, he's. Oh, he didn't get one shot it? I am fucking surprised. Somebody must have fucked up on the rotation. Wait a minute. Who is Dragon using? Doc Strange? Eh. Doc Strange without proper support, too. Because he's missing a whole support character. That is auspiciously suspicious. Yeah, I'm trying to but the RNG is kicking my ass, big homie. So yeah. Um yeah, this is the other sword that I got. It was Skybreaker. So now we got 2 6 star joints and a shitload of 4 star similar colors. So this is where it all starts. But before that, what you want to do is you want to bulk enchant down to the 1 star, and then I max this shit out. So 2.1 million just for a shitload of 1 stars, right? And it's gonna auto dismantle everything that and actually I need to change that to add um the green one to the auto feature. So there we go. So I need to take this one off completely. And then we go from there. So now I'm just worried about those four. So it's going to auto dismantle when I do the next step for all of them. And then for all of these moving forward. So I only made 40 because I actually stopped it. So it's going to dismantle everything that's of the 6 stars I already have, the purple and the green swords. And then it'll keep everything else, right? And then I take those 3.4 or 3.1 million. Now it's going to dismantle everything that isn't the same color, right? And then anything with, double green, double perp, it's still going to dismantle it, right? And then just so on and so forth, right? And I made probably over 1,000 swords, bro. Cause like all of that only got me 3, right? And of these 3, I started out with like 200 and something. You know what I mean? Oh, okay. So one out of 3 ain't bad. So yeah, there you go. Burn through gold. Burn through these joints here, and see. Had I been thinking, and the thing is, the more swords you wind up removing, the harder the RNG is going to be because it's going to be dismantling almost everything except that one you need or those 2 that you need, right? I'm feeling it now and I'm still pulling 4, right? Look at all them greens. Just that quick. Mats out the window, right? And then I can come back in here and I can max it out again. And then that way, when I do 2s, I'm taking all of them from the max and moving them to 3. Right? And I'm going to go back in here and do 1 again. So that's 16. Not really keeping track of the gold. I know I came in here with like 330 some million. I think it was like 334. So now we'll take those 213. That's another 4.26 million. So you can see how I ran through 100 million gold doing this shit. Like easily. Look at all that. Like when you get to steps 2 and beyond, it gets like brutal, bro. That was a whole page of nothingness, followed by more nothingness. 25 out of 200, bro. So then I can come back in here, do another 190, and that's another thing, go back and then fill that 3 up. And then when you go to 4, go back and then fill that 4 up. Takes a whole lot longer, burns a shitload more mats, but you'll have more when you get to the next step, if that makes sense. So even if you don't have the boost to pop on them, now you're working the odds of the RNG more into your favor. So it's just slow boogie. But this is the easiest way that I've found so far. And then maybe you luck out and get a 1 or 2 piece 6-star. Or you're guaranteeing a 1, but maybe you luck out and get 2 or 3, is what I meant to say. So out of 16, can I get 8? That's a 50-50 shot. It might dismantle 7. Wow. Okay, we ain't gonna go back in there for 7. I'm gonna try to push all of these to 4. Come on now, y'all gotta do way better than just 1 or 2 shit. Like at this level, y'all should be showing me like 5s and 10s and shit. And we'll take what we got up. It's probably not gonna amount to much. That wasn't bad, actually. 10 piece. I'll probably get 2 of those. Mm, nada. So that was a whole dud. And see, this is why I like to do them like in packs of like 100 or more, from 1 star to 2 star, 2 star to 3 star, 3 star to 4 star, at least 100. That way you're guaranteeing yourself like 5, 6, if you're lucky, 10, 20. And that just increases that chance for you. And then when you get here, what you want to do is you want to pick one, take the bulk enchant off, and just go to regular enchant. And really, you can go either way. You can grab the boost first, or you can grab the regular joint. We're going to do the regular joint because we have more of those, so hopefully we'll get lucky. Last time we did it the other way around, so that's now trash. I do not have a Rune of Return, so I'm not going to waste another. Let's try this one the other way, since hopefully we get lucky because we can only do this one once. Yo, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay, now hopefully it'll give me the 6 on the 25, and it does not. So we will wait for this one until we get a Rune of Return, and then we'll try again. But the other one needs to be dismantled. Or at least I'm going to dismantle it. You don't have to. You can try using 2 Runes of Return on it. I'd rather just go for the 1. Let's try with Muramasa. We can only do the regular 25 with this one. Trash. So we'll try 1 more, and hopefully we get lucky. Oh, that's not Muramasa. That's the other one. Okay. Now I could go ahead and build those up for the re-rolls as well. No. Trying to figure out which one I want to use. No luck. Wow, we only got 2 tries with this one. We'll save our other one. We won't dismantle that one because we don't have as many. Um, Come on, y'all gotta give me some kind of luck. Wow. So, the position that I didn't want to be in. What if we just try a regular enchant? Because, like, the RNG is no better, right? And you can make the argument that you can go ahead and finish off the sword and then convert it for a reroll as well. That way you're not losing out on the resources. Um, but yeah, we're gonna chill from here and then we'll build up some more and try again. But yeah, that was a quick 30 mil. In case you're wondering. So yeah. Mm, okay, let's see what we got in the inventory. Um, see, doesn't this thing max out at like 20, 15? Okay. So not the best rolled. He doesn't need the penetration. He could use the guard break immunity. Hmm. Because with this, he'll wind up just getting locked down as well. And that's something that I kind of don't want. Ambush proc is also another option, maybe. But I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. Let's go ahead and pop this thing. We've already kind of seen what he can do with the energy. Mm, there we go. Dazzler. There shouldn't be any more CTPs back here. Oh, Wasp. Wasp. Mm, trying to think. Maybe I should move this to like Samurai or Jubilee. Okay. He's got an energy, judgment, lib. Valkyrie's got a regular insight. I don't think I even have another regular insight to re-roll that one. I mean to make that one a mighty. Yeah, the experiment is over with Doom. We'll go ahead and switch him over to something PvP esque. We'll keep the energy on Surfer. We'll keep the authority on Thanos. Jean, I think we're gonna pull her rage for now because of the whole data mine and all of that stuff. We'll leave that on Strange for now. Gambit. Gambit is an interesting brother. I could pull his rage and then make a mighty. That is an option. I could give Moon Knight a rage or a comp. So I'm gonna have to think about that as well. This guy, I'll take a look at. Yeah, and then I'm gonna have to give the support CTP some thought. I think everybody else I'm pretty comfortable with. Yeah, yeah. So the question now becomes, what first? So let's give him this. I believe it's rolled pretty good on 35, so it's rolled 30. I don't think I have one that's rolled 35. Oh, yeah, I do. 35 100 though. And then this is um 3150. this universal first. I'm gonna take this one because it has the best stats overall. Yeah, because that's like really low ignore dodge as well. So I'm gonna take him with a greed and see if he can dominate. So really like to run Otherworld Battle because this is one of the few game modes where, yeah, regardless of all of its flaws, yeah, you can run it on repeat and get a decent enough sample size to kind of see what's going on a little bit in certain regards, but it is a lot going on. So the greed really is not going to help with his survivability, but if he's able to get in some one shot action, oh, almost. Almost, but almost is not good enough. Almost is no cigar. So we'll see what we get. What else we get from this? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna take a quick break and I will be right back. Okay, so that's 1-1. So, um, the other burning question on everybody's mind is: have I seen X-Men '97? And the answer is no, not yet. But I will probably be watching it directly after I get off of this stream. I do know they dropped the first 3 episodes because I did check before I got on, and yeah, I just hadn't had time to watch it before I streamed. So maybe we come back and do like a spoiler free review or something. I don't know. I don't really like doing that because it's like so hard to talk around shit. Um, sort of situation. So I may just refrain from talking about it altogether once I watch it for like at least a couple of at least like a week at least. Give everybody a chance, you know. Now if you ain't watched it after that, it's like, hey, but we'll do it like that, you know. Let the episodes be out like a week. Oh, they got mop. I'm doing good, sir. Hand still healing. Starting to be able to wiggle my fingers. That's what's up. Good to hear you making progress. It's also hard to get 6-star swords. Hell yeah, it is. But the bulk enchant, at least to get up to 4, is about your best way. If you want to push the bulk enchant to 6, I recommend doing it in batches of like by the 100. Which taking the 6, that's you talking about pushing hundreds of million of gold and resources. Like you'll run out of resources real quick doing that. You know what I mean? Not necessarily the gold, but the swords. The gold you'll get back relatively quickly, but the swords, the sword material, that's where you're gonna run into an issue. Like burn it all, wait 6 months, burn it all, wait another 6 months, 2 or 3 months, whatever floats your boat. Oh, we got almost 10,000 tokens, man. Say we need to go pick up some materials. Okay, hey Pac out there, he was handling his business for a little bit. He triggered some artifacts and such. Oh, he was able to get Deadpool as well. So if Magic can hold it down, just too tough. Too tough. So looks like we are losing more than we're winning here. So not good. Like it's too hit and miss. And that's why I was really wondering about like is Apocalypse gonna be just overall better with something like a regen or a mighty egg or something? Because survivability seems to be his most glaring weakness. I know damage is too, but I don't know. For some reason, I feel like it's easier to work around. He was able to put some work in there, um, and actually get off. I'm thinking it's more him timing that fourth skill with the requisite proc for the greed. So if it's speed combat versus the actual character or universal whatever for the actual character sort of situation, universal blast or however it's set up. Okay, you got type advantage. Cool. You were able to come out on top on a Deadpool, who you have type advantage against, who has an older uniform, but was meta for a while when it came out. And is still a pretty solid character when certain requisite characters are banned. Is a good foil to a lot of the more powerful blast types that have been cropping up, like a Madeline or a Magic. Okay, this was more of a team effort, and my guy still didn't make it. Are we gonna get it? I was gonna say y'all got Doom in a 3v1 and y'all can't get him. Wait a minute. And mind you, this is double support. This is Apocalypse with two supports. The damage reduction from Silver Surfer, and then the damage reduction from Colossus. Two different types of damage reduction: chain hit and then superhero supervillain. And he's still getting handled. I wonder if they should have made him like Hulk and have his damage scale off of his HP but be elemental. If that would make him have some sort of particular advantage with the CTP of the HP buffing CTPs. Because I mean, we know in the past, Jean Grey, for instance, or Hulk, were really, really good with those CTPs, for different reasons, of course. But one was it kind of sealed up one of Jean's main weaknesses, which was um, the rotation of her not popping her third skill in autoplay game modes, which was her heal. But you pop a regen on her, it kind of bypasses all of that, and she had the requisite DPS already. Whereas with APOC, he doesn't seem to have that advantage of just, yeah, your DPS is just amazing. It's just getting it off. Like if that was the only issue, then yeah, it'd be obvious. Or you may even have more options. Okay, bounced back. Oh, and then got mopped. Sound like Cap slapped shit out of him. Okay. I think that was his first down, so he was gonna res. Yeah, that's quite a big sample size. We'll run. Well, we ain't gonna run one more. 14 is quite a big sample size. And I don't even think he went 50-50. And the point is not to go 50-50. Okay, let's go pull someone's comp. We'll pull Wolverine has a pretty good one. Yeah, we'll pull his and put it on APOC and see how he does. That way you can see it here for yourself live. Throw every support at Apocalypse and see if he can handle it single handed, or maybe pull one more and put another support. I mean, I don't know. Like, he's still getting clapped with the conquest. So, damage reduction isn't the answer either. Which doesn't give me very much faith in an authority. I mean, the authority will give him damage accumulation, which he does not have in his kit. So, there is sort of an upside there, but it'll give him damage accumulation, it'll give him some damage redux. Guard break immunity. I think some sort of crit rate, crit damage, some shit like that. or all attack or something. I don't know. I gotta go look at the CTP. It's been a while since I've just studied authority like that. Okay. Okay. Put straight pressure in, APOC. That's what I like to see. And these are not, in a vacuum sort of situations. These are live fights against just random people that are popping up, some better, some worse. So there is some variance there, but it's also more realistic. It's not in a vacuum. So there's nothing wrong with vacuum testing. It gives you a base of what to expect. Can he bounce back? He does a little bit and then gets clapped. Meanwhile, the other APOC is holding up like a champion, but then he gets clapped as well. So, like I said, he's having this much trouble in running double support. It's like, wow. Because a lot of times when I set teams up like this in Otherworld, and if they're decent or really good, they'll dominate. Okay, looks like we got some double support action going on as well with Jubilee. So Jubilee's offering a little attack with the damage redux. Can APOC hold it down by itself? And he cannot. And see, that's something I was thinking about was, should I put Jubilee in there and let her do her thing as well? Mm. Bounce back. Fourth skill. Oh, he's just standing there. He's just standing there. Now he's getting in the mix. So that seems to be the issue. He's just. So when he's out of his fourth, and like I said, that's lack of iframes. So that's not anything that can be really fixed with the CTP or with any sort of build mechanic, right? He's going to jump into the 4 and he's going to jump into the 1 because he can't do anything else. Once those 2 skills are over, or if he gets knocked out of them at any point, which seems to happen a lot, he's going to have an issue. So then it becomes about surviving long enough to get the 4 off again. Yeah, that seems to be what's going on. Because otherwise, when he's vulnerable, he's going to get debuffed. As soon as that debuff cleanse wears off. And once he does, he's toast if he survives that long. So we are definitely gonna have to ooh. Deadpool and well, wait a minute. Silver Samurai's out there handling business. Oh Lord, Silver Samurai lasted longer than APOC. Let's see if he does better. Oh, nope. Does no better with his second life century. Socked the shit out of him. Yeah. Yeah, what is this competition? The best so-called, well, not so-called, but the best PvP CTP in the game, right? It goes to show it's not all about the CTP. It's about the character's kit as well. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see if we can follow APOC. So there he is. Okay, he got off with the 4. And then he's getting locked down. He's getting locked down. He did get off with the 5, though. Or no, that was their APOC's 5. We both res. Okay, APOC versus APOC. Hey, only because he popped his 4 first, I was able to get in there and get mine off. If that had not happened, if it had happened in reverse, I would have been the one taking the L. So that was pure RNG. Okay. Their APOC came out and clapped a whole dude. Okay, we're both down. He's back up. I'm back up. He rezzed, I rezzed. He went down, I went down. That's magic. And we are not able to take the victory. Yeah, Cap out there putting in work. Not sure much value. Not sure how much value Dazzler is providing here with the damage to boss types. I know she has the other buffs as well, but yeah, that hella support is an issue, and so is no. So we did get. Oh, we actually got him. Yo, that's what's up. I can tip my hat to that one. Debuff, not debuff. I don't care. That was a certified stamp. Okay. There's Doc Doom. Oh, couldn't make it past Samurai. Not feeling very good about this opponent. Yeah. Okay. And APOC is either staying out of the way or he's just handling. Okay, we're getting a little bit better results. I'd say about a little over 50-50 with the competition. We'll see if we can follow APOC on this fight. There he is down there at the bottom. He rushed into the middle there. He's still there handling. So it looks like he does the 4 and the 2. Or the 4 and the 1, I'm sorry. And then once those are done, that's it. Which means he is able to apply incapacitation if they don't have debuff removal, which is good. Um, see, adding the 5 and the 2 to that would be huge. Oh, he came out and got mopped right down there at the bottom. Then he jumped in the middle and got handled again. Goodness gracious. Yeah. See, that's something else they could have done with Apocalypse. Was giving him something like that Shang-Chi buff. And just let him iframe ignore everything. Now, if they wanted to do that, that would have been perfectly fine because he can still attack, iframe or no. Okay, got the res and got murdered by freaking Rachel. Uh, yeah, I've seen enough. I've seen enough. No, you don't go out here and get murked as a tier 2 native by by no awakened character with a res move. You should be disappointed in yourself, sir. Okay. Okay, let's try rolling this thing. See what happens. Sure. Yeah, your boy been busy. Okay, 30 in the foe. I take that. Okay. So let's see if the authority can do what the conquest could not. This is the first of the interesting CTPs. And things oh well. Okay. Still was not able to damn was did did Cap just go choo choo and run this dude over like a train? Say, man. I could have swore I heard a train whistle. And I got headphones on. And no, I do not live next to a train. I used to. And an airport, but not no more. You bet not get clapped to Deadpool. I was gonna say, what, he got another res? This man here got life of the nine tails. Get choked, come back to get choked, come back to life. Get choked, come back to life. Wait a minute, how many of these you got, brother? Hey, they actually ran through this squad here, which tells me they were probably kind of underpowered, maybe, or maybe in the middle of moving some CTPs around or some shit. Like it is kind of hard to tell if it's all APOC, but it is like in certain situations, but it is easy to tell as far as his survivability still being the issue. And he got chalked by Deadpool. Wow. Yep, there it is. That's the shenanigans that you have to deal with when you do not have an iframe to hide behind. They should have given him at least one more. Especially by the other one that he having being in a partial. And they should have moved that fracture to the fifth skill. If they do those two things, they fix like 60% of Apocalypse problems. Then tweak his survivability a little bit. You got yourself something. Give him a touch more damage. You lost to Juggernaut, bruh. Juggernaut, bruh. I don't want to hear nothing about no Hella because Hella doesn't affect Apocalypse. You lost to Juggernaut. Yeah, I'm really thinking about putting Jubilee in there. Well, he's holding it down a little bit now. Now everything's turned to him, so he couldn't hold it. Okay, can you get Ultron? Can you? This cat lost to fucking Ultron. I'm I'm done. I've seen enough. You lost to Ultron. Just saying. Like in what? You're losing to impossible people with double support. I don't understand it. Um, like yeah, you got the battlefield buffs and all of that stuff too that comes into play. As well. And we'll shorten this list. And he was getting an additional damage reduction. Battlefield buffs can no longer be the excuse. I should have given her Colossus CTP. I mean, this is with a mighty liberation, though, and a mighty insight. Like, wow. Once again, can't stand the rain. Okay, let's go move some CTPs. Okay. And we're going to try them in other game modes as well. But it's like viability is viability, and it's going to show. You know what I mean? Okay. But that was also with help being able to lock things down. And that seems to be when he's able to dominate because then he can just get off more of his kit. So definitely a force to be reckoned with in game modes where it's not one on one, seems like. Okay, so the AAPOC got wrecked. Okay, seems to be faring a little better with Jubilee than Colossus, which is interesting. Because the two things that he needs, she provides the increase to attack and the damage redux. Similar to Silver Samurai, chain hit damage reduction and then a slight damage increase, which adds up in concert to be decent. I'm seeing a little bit better action with the authority, honestly, with this setup. Because that's what, two in a row? So we'll see if we can follow my guy. Okay, there he is. Right there in the middle. Oh, he's, hey, okay. My guy doing his thing. Doing his thing. We'll see if we can follow him again with the joint. Okay. There's our APOC right there. He got Chalk. And he got the Riz. But it looks like he's about to get overwhelmed. Yeah. And see, it's times like that that I want him to kind of stand tall and shine through. Um, but that's kind of difficult without iframes. Because the lack of iframes means that your skill does not have priority at all. So that's why it's such a huge issue. And I guarantee you that that first skill iframe, it's probably a very low priority iframe. The 4 is probably a very high priority iframe. It would have to be because it's his only means of attack, defense, all wrapped into one. Um, if he has an iframe on the 6, he's never gonna get to it because he's not gonna survive long enough. So, and he doesn't even have enough damage where you can build him as a consistent glass cannon. So I really don't know where they want us to do with Apocalypse. I mean, it's very hit or miss. Like, I don't know if the greed was like 3 for 10, 4 for 3.5, 4 for 10, something like that. The competition is like 4.5, 5 out of 10. This is probably 5, maybe 5.5 out of 10. But you also have to take into account the, yeah, we won, but he didn't survive. But you know, finally took another L there. He did not last very long at all. There's my guy there, down in the corner. Oh, he got blasted by Kang and he survived it. Yo, shout out to my guy Epoch. He didn't survive the second time though, but he did get the res. Yo, shout out to my guy Epoch for surviving that. Like, and that's the thing. It's glimmers, right? It's little it's these little moments that kind of give you hope that, hey, maybe this guy does have a niche somewhere. But yeah, oh, that absorb is really working. Yeah, you see that? That absorb, it's that absorb that's doing a lot of the work. Okay, so APOC would absorb, CTP of authority. You know what? This kind of changes the test up a little bit. So maybe we need to go back with maybe the greed and the competition and see if they're even more consistent now with him. Cause yeah, there he is right there with the dodge. Yeah, my guy out there handling. Yeah, so it's that battlefield buff. It's doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Interesting. So you got the battlefield buff, but then you also have the other buffs for mutants that are going on right now too that he's able to take advantage of now. And he's still not dominating. Right? He should be up there, you know, in the conversation for number top 3 mutant in the game right now. Not saying he's number 3, but you know, you should be in the conversation with Madeline, Wolverine, um, Magic, Emma, to a lesser extent. Okay, what my guy doing? Okay, okay, APOC. Okay, my guy, doing your thing. Hmm. And this is what I was looking for right here. We'll keep going because I want to see what the other CTPs do for him if they increase his survivability and allow him to do more damage. And maybe that's the route that you got to go with him. Okay, can he bounce back? Nope, he gets clapped this go round. Okay, he needs to bounce back, and ooh, he doesn't get it. That's 2v2. But you know what? I put some respect on his name for that one. He held up long enough for the rest of the team to do the thing. So, yeah. There's situations like that where I think something like a regen or maybe even an egg are going to be key. But then the egg, he's losing the guard break immunity. Mm, it's all you, bro. Gotta survive it. Gotta tank it. Oh, I was able to tank his 4. Bet. That's what I'm talking about. Clear cut decisive victory. All on your shoulders, and you came through. Versus you. It'd be nice if it was versus somebody else. But he's gotten a few. Maybe I should push him further to the back of the lineup. That could also be an issue. Maybe put Magic up front and then move Deadpool to the back because his artifact's better. So he'll last longer. So having to deal with universals is not optimal for this team. But they were able to get rid of Doom. Okay, I see APOC. I see APOC. Fully debuffed team for the most part. Yeah. Spidey and Carnage will both be a worry though. Oh, but he couldn't get past my Deadpool with Carnage. He's got problems. Oh, we're gonna have to run that back. We'll run that back and then we will go on a CTP swap and try. We'll try the regen first. And then we'll try the egg and see if the lack of guard break immunity poses any sort of significant issue for him. And like I said, I know this isn't the optimal testing ground, but you get a lot of runs in, so you can at least get a sample size. You do have to kind of be eagle eye on what's going on in the fight. Part of the reason why I have the battlefield info on. Okay. Some good old counter reflect going on in there. So, yeah. Now, I think that's a lot of that is going to be down to the availability of the buff, right? Because this one in particular that I'm running on APOC, this one in particular is a 10% chance to absorb all damage, to absorb energy damage, and all basic attacks increased by 5% upon absorption. Max 35%. Effect reactivates after 5 seconds. So that's a damage buff. And also kind of a defense buff at the same time. Right? And when I realized that, I was like, oh, perfect for Apocalypse. And maybe that's why the Authority is excelling on him so hard right now. I mean, you do also have the 250 damage for mutants, the 250 damage for supervillains, and then he especially gets deadly against symbiotes in that case. Additionally, get her back. You have the passive coming from Jubilee's new uniform with the increased basic damage to supervillains and decreased basic damage from supervillains and superheroes by 45% on the damage reduction and 35% increase on the damage to supervillains. So that's at least a little bit of help. As far as the damage buff, and then you got my guy Surfer here. Surfer, Silver Samurai here that's providing a decreased chain hit by 35% and then damage to superheroes and supervillains by 30% respectively. So pretty good buff going on. And then you also have the Mighty Liberation with the 12% HP and 7% chain hit when attacked. And then increase all basic attack and defenses by 25%. And then the 15% all damage. I actually think I need to re-roll this. Yeah, I do. It's the correct proc though. So, and then of course on Jubilee, let's go back to her. They didn't change her artifact. I don't think her uniform passive does anything. Oh, the 15% damage, excluding boss types. So she's got a little bit of swing damage buff there. And then the pierce damage reduction with the increased damage to superhero and supervillain by 20%. So a lot of buffs that my guy is able to take advantage of. Let's flip that. And let's try that. See how that works. Actually, so should we go with the penetration chance or the all attack, all defense? He needs attack and defense. Let's see here. Don't matter. Come on now. This thing just it's not gonna act right. And that is why I did not re-roll this one. So we'll try it this way, and then we can come back and try it the other way. It's not going to be perfect, not going to be the best, but at least we'll get an idea. No, Jubilee putting in that work. Okay. Okay. So APOC got ran through, he rezzed and came down there and didn't make it in time. He came down there and said, "It's over." Yo. Mm. Hey, it's all you, my guy. Hey, one on the type disadvantage. That's what I like to see. You're winning despite the odds. What do you mean? Okay. Mutant versus mutant team, of course. But then the hella buff as well. Okay. That was their APOC going down, and he rezzed, and we were able to get them both, and APOC survived. So, yeah. But we want him to do more than just survive. We want him to thrive. So maybe the penetration may be key as well, now that I think about it, because he only has the one iframe. So at least the penetration gives him an additional opportunity to interrupt. instead of just trying to play the waiting game. So that is the other option. He did get chalked on that one and then rezzed. So it's like, okay, the fight had went on. Would you have been able to do anything? So he should be popping out up here at the top. There he is. Jumped into the middle of the fray. And he's doing this. Oh, he was trying to do his thing. He was trying to cook. Okay, he rezzed. Okay, he's going to have to survive this. He did heal up. So that's nice. Okay. So him and Deadpool were able to take out Doc Doom. Two native tier 2s against a native tier 2. We were able to win the numbers game. So yeah, look, man, this is a hefty um price tag too, because you're talking about two paywall support characters, one with a uniform, just to maybe make this work. And for this, like, when is this gonna come around again? You know what I mean? This particular meta where you can get some use out of that, because like when that 250 buff it known, then what? That 500 buff, right? 250 and 250 for the villain and for the mutant. And that's off rip, plus the absorption joint that's on him, plus, you know, the supports, the paywall supports, right? Okay. That's him in the middle right there dodging. Okay, I must admit, it's been a minute since we took an L. So that is good. Good news. Okay. Okay. We were able to get rid of the other apocalypse. Can he win the 2v? Yo, you got typed it. You if he hadn't got chalked that first time, see, that's the thing, and that's the reason why the egg kind of gives me hope as well, because it's like if he can out heal the damage, that kind of seems to be the issue is not enough healing. Hasn't had it with the hasn't had it with the greed, hasn't had it with the regen, right? We'll try the other regen and see if the added penetration helps, giving him another ability to interrupt. And as a matter of fact, this ain't a bad time to call it. Yeah, because that's 8. We are winning more than we're losing. I will say that. Yeah, it's only a 5% heal. Thought about switching him back to the bottom. Think he had more success there. Okay, there he goes. And there he goes. Okay. Yeah, you better not lose to Ultron again.
That's like calling 1-800 collect an ass whooping. And no, that ain't no toll-free call, partner.
Yeah, you better decisively handle this man. Nah, he wasn't out there when he went. And we got to get through. And APOC is gone. We got to get through their APOC. I think. Yep, we got triggered already. So the Reds with the type advantage, and you lost to Ultron again. Like what the hell? Ultron, Apocalypse, Achilles heel. I'm gonna rename the video to that. No, I'm just playing. But I should. Apocalypse, Achilles heel, Ultron. What? Wait a damn minute. Okay. Okay, dealing with some. Okay, you got the damage block going. He was trying there for a little bit. Okay, but he finally got his res though, and then got out there and handled his business. Good comeback. Pick your chin strap up, sir. I appreciate it. Had that man's chin strap all the way on the floor for no reason. Okay. Okay, the absorb was popping for a little bit, but then it just got overwhelmed, I think. And he got clapped by Doom. Yeah, a little bit too much right there. Yeah, I was gonna say I bet not see no damn another Ultron on this team. It's like, wait just a minute. So we gonna pop out right where Rachel Summers was. And there he goes. Okay. Oh, this ain't looking good. Yeah. Okay, you got the res. He's up in there. He's doing a little bit of damage. And yeah. Able to get the dub off the second life. I've been waiting for that dominant you can't uh you can't see me sort of moment, right? You wasn't able to even get through the first life sort of situation. And we haven't seen that yet, which is disappointing. I figured I would have seen it with at least one CTP by now. But they all seem to be coming up relatively the same. I think when larger sample size, you'd probably be running like 50-50 um, with him. Maybe 60-40 on a good day. Like, So far, I think the Authority has probably performed the best out of all of them, followed closely by the Penetration Regen. I do want to go back and retest the Greed and the Authority with the changes that we've made to both the supports and to the battlefield buff. Yeah. I don't know. Regen is seeming more like the more I run it, the more L's I'm taking. We're getting a lot of wins in the beginning. So I think out of that first 8 piece, I only lost like 2 or 3. But now I'm seeming to lose like more along the lines of 50-50, 45-55 on the L side of that. Okay. Chef out there doing his thing. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Regen penetration doesn't seem like it's the way, sadly. I think I'm taking more L's on this than the all attack, all defense. Ooh. Yeah, it's just overwhelming that shield. So yeah, the regen doesn't seem like it's gonna be the saving grace for him. That kind of gives me a bad feeling about the egg as well. But you never know. So that's why we run these tests. That's why we check and see our damn self. Yo, Samurai and Jubilee were handling there for a little bit. Hey, hey, okay, the healing. So that's the good thing is I always know a heal is gonna pop like immediately. It's just building up to where that vitality pops off. That's what's gonna be key. Oh, he just got overwhelmed. Wow. Hopefully they can't do that again. Yep, they did it again. Did hey, Pac have a uniform? I was at the old uniform. Not looking so good so far. What is that? 1-1 or over 2? Okay. Okay. Maybe it's the timing when he's coming into the fight. Maybe I should put him more in the beginning and try to just mash everything or as much as possible. There he is right there. He cut across and he cut back down. He's in the middle right now, but he got clapped up and he raised. Ooh, that was ridiculous. They clapped Rachel and then got smacked by Deadpool. And he hit both of them. Mm, mm, mm. That should have been an easy victory. Okay. Still got clapped up. Oh, got clapped all the way up. Had the better artifact. That's what that came down to. Whereas Apocalypse should have been able to help with old Deadpool. Yeah, this is not looking good. Okay. Okay. I don't think they were able to clap him that time. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Come on, can we do that again? Okay, Invisible Woman. Okay, having trouble with Samurai and Jubilee. Not good. Okay, is he gonna? Oh, he got chalked. It's like, come on, bro. Just hit the bounce back. Like, that's what I need on that. I need that bounce back and I need that vitality to start kicking in. And it just is not. Okay. It's able to get both of them out of there. Larry Pac hit first. Okay. Oh, I don't think the vitality proc was enough then. But I know it popped. Hmm. Ooh. Yeah, not really what I'm wanting to see. Losing to Rachel. Wow. Absolutely nuts. Under no circumstances should that ever be happening, bro. Yeah, I think from what I'm seeing with this setup, yeah, it's like he holds up for a little bit and then the damage just overwhelms. So you need something to just stop the damage altogether, is the best bet. And then the most damage that you're gonna get, um, it's probably gonna come from the authority. I mean, maybe we'll get more out of the conquest with him, of course, with the setup. But do you really want to put a conquest on this guy when you can get away with an authority and get about the same level of production? Like, now on the good side of things, I do have a spot for an authority now, right? If you can call that the silver lining. I have a spot for a CTP that's fallen off. Great. Is it me or does APOC seem to be doing more in his old uniform than in this new one? Because every APOC that I've run across in the old uni, it seems like they've been even more of an issue. I'm interested to know, and then we need to do this anyway because we're about to get off here in a little bit. We're gonna re-equip that, but I want to see something. Okay, the iframe is on the 2 there. It's an iframe itself. Oh, the 5 is a freaking iframe. Wow. The 4 is an iframe. Wow. So this uniform has more survivability by default. No wonder everybody's running this uniform. Yeah, they just moved the heel to the 5. So yeah, this uniform is going to have way more survivability by default. Damn. Yeah, that is a damn shame. So did they build this uniform more for a PvE sort of setup then? And everybody's just been looking at the situation wrong? Yeah, and they haven't changed anything. Still no iframes anywhere except the one in the. So that's what it is. The old uniform is PvP, and the new uniform is PvE. That's what it is. Okay, let's see. How he fares with the conquest now, with the old uniform. Hmm. Able to stop the damage and didn't die once. Wow. Yeah, boys. So that's what it is. The old uniform is the PvP version, the new uniform is the PvE version. So that's how you should be playing your Apocalypse. And I don't think the damage is particularly good enough to warrant a second CTP slot, honestly. And what gap does he fill in your roster for you on the PvE side of things? He did get shocked right there, but not once could he survive, I don't think, or maybe once did he survive, right, on the other end. So now he still doesn't have damage accumulation in his uniform. Hey, one against type advantage on the last leg. Not bad. I think the other APOC pulled off one like that. Of course, this is with the competition. You also notice that this version of APOC seems to be standing around a lot less. He's actually attacking because he can get into his skills because they actually have priority, which matters in PvP. Okay, he wasn't able to get it there, but he did put up a good fight. The issue is the jury's kind of out on this uniform, so what they should do is go back and buff both if this is the play that they were going for. They would have actually done good to make them synergy uniforms. Wasn't able to survive there as well, even with the competition. Okay. I think what we'll do is we'll swap to the greed. I know it's a relatively smaller sample size, but I don't got all night. We'll swap to the greed here. Okay, here he goes. Looks like he jumped into the 5 or the 4. No, he jumped into the 5, then the 4 because he healed. Up, is he gonna get the bounce back from the? Nope, not the bounce back from the greed. Okay, he's got the reds, but it's a 2v1, and a not mad at you, my guy. 2v1, no losing to no damn Rachel. What? The other APOC could not kill Rachel Summers for some odd reason. Every time I ran across her and Ultron, so I'm itching to get my hands on Ultron so I can get my licks back. Oh, we got ourselves another one here. In Weapon Hex, newcomer. Have not ran across one before. Ooh. Okay, we just got to outlast. Yeah, that was furious. That was too fast, too furious. But could not outlast the artifact. So, shout out to my guy Deadpool there. And that's why we need a better artifact for magic as well. Ooh, my guy actually got ran through up there. Well, you gonna get the okay, yeah, hit the 5 for the heal in this uniform. But yeah, much more on the offensive is this apocalypse in PvP. And I don't think that's what's been touched on enough. So if that's the case, like I said, okay, we did lose to a juggernaut. So this is a lick back match. Is we gonna get it? Okay. We actually got my guy on that one. We gotta get the reds. Can we get the new uniform apocalypse? Pop the 5, my guy. Yes, sir. Deadpool's artifact triggered. And APOC made it through and even put the pressure on too. That's what I'm talking about. Much better showing with this uniform in PvP, honestly. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, Deadpool is out. Artifact is popped. It's got 3 seconds on that joint. He is going to have to outlast, and he cannot. The pressure from the uniform APOC was too much for him. It looks like he got the 5th skill off after the iframe and was able to carry damage. Okay. APOC was not able to bounce back, so got the first life ran through. Got the older uniform versus the older uniform APOC, and theirs was able to shine through, but was not a match for Deadpool, which says a lot. Yeah, still a hefty price to pay. And then on top of that, you're building a native tier 2. Okay, able to deal with the first APOC. Now we got Magic and Deadpool, and APOC is out of there, and so is Deadpool. Okay, so what is that? 4 wins, 2 losses. What you gonna do on the Reds, APOC? Come on, you gotta pop the 5. Yes, sir. Oh, not enough. 4 wins, 3 losses. Mm. So we're gonna get some flip action on this one. If so, we continue 60-40. If not, 50-50. Oh, what we gonna do, folks? Could not stand strong. Could not stand strong. Yeah, I think this is just a matchup issue. But okay, so APOC did get handled on that one, but we were able to get the victory. I think that came down more so to Deadpool's artifact. Has been a lot of that going on too. More team wins than APOC, of course. Um, but he has made contribution. Okay, so 50-50. Okay, we'll switch to the old uniform or to the old uniform. We'll switch to the new uniform and we'll go back in. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to say about this guy. Like, I think I got him figured out, and then I start getting thrown curveballs. And by all accounts, that's kind of what it should be. Frame ignore on the 2, shorter cooldown, all of this stuff. The only thing that's really missing is the heal. So yeah. Nope, still not able to survive or get the dub. We'll run a quick 5-piece with the old uniform just to kind of get an idea. I know it's a small sample size, but for expediency's sake, okay. Okay, put up a fight then, my guy. Just when I think I got you. Okay. Wow. Not enough. Not enough. So the good news there is APOC was able to kill Deadpool. So I suppose that is a silver lining. See a lot more of him placed either in the very beginning or at the very end as well. Not a whole lot of getting placed in the middle. So he is drawing a lot of fire as well. But still, so far, I think overall the authority has been the best showing. Now, maybe couple that with the old uniform so you have more iframe access and iframe ignore usability. And hopefully, him getting into the 5th skill for the heal will be enough in most instances to contribute enough to the team win when the circumstances allow you to pull the team out, you know? Thing is, if Madeline or Emma weren't debuffed, they would definitely be better options. So, once again, where is this place, right? Not looking good, my guy. Oh, we got the mutant hunter sentinel out here. Stark branded blueprint variety. Okay, so we were able to get rid of Sentinel. Um, but he did get chalked once. Looks like it might be twice. Pretty, yep. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, let's go ahead and swap. Did I just overwrite? Oh, no, I didn't. I pulled it. Cool. Yeah, let's see what he does in the old uni. As a matter of fact, let's just put this into context. He's able to pop this thing every 4.5 seconds versus being able to pop the the 4 every 7 seconds. So they're adding a whole 3.5 seconds to this. And it's not made up by the skill animation itself. In other words, the skill animation itself is not 7 seconds long, right? Um, it's not even 5.5 seconds long. It's more along the lines of 4.5 seconds at best. So that still leaves you with a 2.5 to 3 second window where you can get hit, provided you don't get knocked out of the skill, in which case you're vulnerable with nowhere to hide at all. Whereas in this uniform, you do actually have spots to hide. So which kind of leads me to believe they were trying to do something along the lines of a poor man's Thanos. But kind of should be better because he has the revive, right? Unfortunately, that's not the case. Was not able to get the kill on Deadpool. There, that is kind of disappointing. Okay. Okay, what we got here? Okay, my guy's out there getting absorbing the damage block on. Okay, he stopped him. Can he? Oh, he couldn't heal up. Should have been able to jump into the 5, but he jumped into some other skill. Now pop the 5, my guy. So he is refusing to pop the 5th skill for some odd reason. It's like, bro, just put the iframes on the freaking new uniform, and that fixes so much of it. Apocalypse's problems. His old uniform is kind of evidence of that. So I don't understand why they would send him out there with nothing. Like, yeah, ran through 2 lives of the old Apocalypse before 1. And am I gonna get the victory here? Yeah. On the 2v1 with the old uniform with APOC. With the authority. Gotta respect my authority. So, a lot more testing to be done. But I think the authority is probably going to be the way to go. If you are at all interested in building Apocalypse, which is actually not a bad thing when you think about it. It saves you having to put a competition or a greed on him. It gives you a place for a otherwise useless CTP or not as useful CTP. That's 5 DPSs. Of course, we have not even tried to run him that way. Could I put Doc Doom in? Yes. Could I pop Rachel in there? Yeah. Are there a few other names I could probably throw out there? Probably. Spidey, perhaps. Okay. Able to get the ups on the new uniform, APOC. Like the lack of iframes just severely hurts this uniform in PvP. I mean, it's not as if we're dealing with Wolverine that has an auto heal mechanic and, all of this stuff. There's a boatload of damage reduction. Like, they didn't even bother to rework his uniform passive, besides giving him more skill damage, bonus damage, and shit like that. Like, but you can have all of the buffs in the world. You can't get skills off, but so many seconds apart. That's going to be detrimental. I don't care how you slice it. Like, you actually see him moving, attacking, all of this sort of stuff, contributing, tanking. Is it top tier? No, not by any means. But yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do with him. We'll leave the authority on him. Maybe we open up a second CTP slot and throw a rage his way, just so we can get some use out of the other uniform, or a comp or something like that. Or maybe a judgment. Maybe we go with something like a judgment. I think that would be more fitting. So what did we discover? The old uniform's better. For PvP, for Apocalypse. Um, and the new one is more geared toward mid-range PvE sort of content. So yeah. And even still, your results are gonna be a mixed bag. Even with everything going in his favor. Like, maybe he performs better with a brilliant. Okay, so he was rocking the or is that your, I think this is Deadpool that's rocking that. Oh no, it's Deadpool is rocking the energy. And it looked like APOC was rocking egg or something, maybe. I'm gonna start checking on that. I have no idea what that was. Authority, maybe, or maybe some kind of obelisk. Okay, the wall proc. So competition. Old APOC able to outlast with the authority on the first life. And on the second, even though we may actually take the L here, still a better performance than enemy APOC with the comp. I'm just saying, proof is in the pudding. Okay, so no APOC here. We do have to contend with the Doc Dome. If we can get the ups on him, that would be nice. Ooh, he held out to the end right there. I see APOC. Okay. So, even though he didn't make it, heavy contribution there. Gotta respect it. Man, couldn't check it fast enough. No, but our APOC is still out there, so that's great. Yo, get you some stripes, my man. All right, we'll run one more, and then I think we'll call it a stream. So it is an APOC showcase, just not with the newest, latest, or maybe even against the newest, latest. The hell? Okay, so Conquest on competition on Apocalypse. Was not able to outlast him this time or get the victory. So, anyways, it's been an interesting testing. I will say that. I think some of what we already knew is just a subpar character at best in the new uniform. I think what they were going for was for this to be the PvP version and for this to be the PvE version. Because being in iframe, while it does matter in PvE, because you're canceling all of his skills into a rotation, I don't think it matters as much because the portion that you need to be protected on, you actually are. So if you do that 3 delay cancel, 5 cancel, 4, and that just be where he lets a rip and you get all of your hits in it, even if you throw the 2 in there as well, you'll get a few more, I think up to 140 something hits, something like that. So yeah, I think that's kind of the way that he's designed to be played. So yeah. Yeah, I think that's kind of just it because one, he doesn't have nearly as many hits. Um, in the old uniform by comparison as well. So yeah, only 90 hits, not even breaking 100. And even when you throw the tier 3 in there, which is harder to cancel in this uniform, I think you're barely cracking 100. Yeah, so you're losing 50, 60 hits in a lot of cases. So yeah, I think that's kind of the way they designed them boys. And it really sucks. What they really need to do is go in here and buff this uniform for PvP. Maybe shuffle some things around. Maybe move the heal to the second skill, and then just buff the damage output for the new uniform and call it a day. And I think players will be happy. I think that'll be the easiest fix because thematically, the and functionally, this uniform just seems to function better and was more well rounded and designed for PvP. So they need to up the damage on the second skill, maybe pop some damage accumulation on it. Having that 4.5 second cooldown in PvP would be a major, major plus. You'll get some value out of an already existing uniform. They've done this sort of thing with Thanos before in the past. I think it'll go much. I think it'll go over much better if they can get it right with Apocalypse, especially considering that he has a revive. Um, and do something about this shit here. Like, and the reason why I say that is because if you go and you look at a character like Adam Warlock and you look at his uniform passive, you see 15% chain hit, 5% additional damage, plus the guard break immunity. Right? If they just did something like that, or not even with the guard break immunity, they can keep the 50-50 skill damage bonus damage, or they can move it to his tier 2 passive or something like that, and then leave the guard break immunity. That would go over so much better. Or take that and then give him some more damage reduction or some more defense. Either one of those, and then or they could make it 5% chain hit damage reduction. That would be interesting. Um, and then with the newer uniform, they can just up the damage output in PvE game modes such as World Boss. Maybe tweak it a little bit for ABX, but he is kind of solid there. And then GBR is what it is. So anyway, y'all like, comment, share, sub. Let me know what y'all think down below. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell. It's been a pleasure hanging out with y'all once again. And we will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Wake up, I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden, I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace.